1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Consecutive losses that we have sustained.
Yeah.
And now we're on our way to 4 because we're going up against the Indianapolis freaking Colts at Heinz Field.
Yeah, thank you. I was actually testing to make sure this is actually recording. But here you are, just improvising.
No, I'm not waiting. We're not winning this game. I'm saying this right now. I can just cut the video off here right now. We're not going to win. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace. That could be the vid.
It could be. No, okay. See, I don't even know where to start because, first of all, he threw me off. Second,
Sorry about that.
This offense is obviously a dumpster fire. It's
a disaster.
It's hot garbage. It is dumpster juice. That's where it belongs, in the dumpster. Set it out for the trash in the morning. The dude will pick it up.
This offense has not scored more than 20 points in 4 straight games. And we were able to win one, and that was against the Ravens.
All because of Joe Hayden's pick 6. At this point, we're going to need 3 of those to win out.
Yeah, the defense is going to have to be our offense. We stand no chance. I'm going to say it right now. This offense doesn't stand a chance against this Colts defense. No. We might as well just get into the Colts defense right now.
This Colts defense is one of the best in the league. It's incredibly underrated, in my opinion.
And incredibly young.
And honestly, people could argue it's better than the Steelers. I'm not one of those guys that think that, but people argue that. And I see why.
And I wouldn't deny it. I would not. Let's look at the depth chart right here, right now.
I mean, on the D-line, you got Justin Houston, who is still producing greatly for his age. You got DeForest Buckner, one of the best defensive linemen, honestly, best defensive players in the league. You can see the difference when he's there and when he's not. Look at the Derrick Henry game or the Titans game that they had a few weeks back where Derrick Henry ran for what? Almost 200 yards? He ran for over 150 in the first half or something?
Right. And Fuckner.
It might as well be Fuckner.
He's going to fuck us up. DeForest Buckner wasn't in that game, and that hurt them a lot. But when he comes in, it's a drastically different defense.
Right. Also, he's alongside Denico Autry, very underrated. That front 7 is led by Darius Leonard, one of the best linebackers in the league, Bobby Okereke. That secondary has
a lot of talent, man. You got Kenny Moore, who's very underrated, in my honest opinion.
Incredibly underrated slot guy. Rock Ya-Sin's very raw. So if there's one guy we got to attack in this game, it's Rock Ya-Sin. He's so young and very raw. Reminds me a lot of Artie Burns, to be real with you. And that's not a good thing.
No, it's not.
Not at all. You got Xavier Rhodes, who was, of course, a former Viking. Is starting to turn his career around a little bit in Indianapolis. You have Julian Blackmon, who is a rookie, but his presence is being shown immediately. Mm-hmm. He has an immediate impact on that secondary. I mean, just look at the Colts and Packers game in overtime. He forced that fumble. It was recovered by Buckner, and Ricardo Blankenship kicked it up for the touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, touchdown. Field goal.
Field goal, yeah. But Julian Blackmon, he's making a huge case for Defensive Rookie of the Year, man.
He is. I mean, this defense of the Colts is incredible, and they're about to go up against a Steelers offense that hasn't scored over 20 points in 4 straight games.
And couldn't even do that against the now 3-10-1 Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes. Now, any given Sunday, I get it. I do. The Jets won last week against the Rams. I get it. Any given Sunday.
Yeah, who I would have thought? The freaking Jets.
Right, I get it. Any given Sunday. But these past few, hell, I even say all year, or at least the second half of the Steelers season, this offense has shown zero improvement.
Zero progression.
I see no improvement. I see no progression.
Week by week, I honestly say it gets worse.
This offensive line is horrible. It's aging.
How the hell do we have 2 Pro Bowlers?
We shouldn't.
How?
DeCastro and Patsy should not have been voted. The only reason why they were is because they're familiar names in the NFL landscape.
Yeah, it's a popularity contest.
It is.
Wyatt Taylor and Rodney Hudson should have made it before them.
Agreed.
We don't have a rushing game to depend on.
No.
Connor could be back, but is he much of an upgrade?
No. Benny Snell had a really good game last week, despite his fumble. He could get the rock again. I don't know. I don't know who's going to be starting the running back.
And Snell had a fine game against the Bengals, but
I will say this, though. We could be getting Kevin Dotson back. Otherwise, I expect Derwin Gray to possibly get the start at left guard because Fielder's still on IR. Dotson was out last week with I forget what injury.
Shoulder
it was,
injury.
A shoulder injury. He could be back. If not, I would expect Derwin Gray to get the start at left guard because Hasenauer did not look good at left guard at all. So I'm hoping Dotson's back. That could help the offensive line. That could help the rushing game. That looked pretty solid last week when Snell finally had some room to work with. Getting Dotson back will help that against a great defensive line in the Indianapolis Colts with some elite talent.
Yeah. Ben's got to play better.
Ben has got to play better.
He's got to throw better. He's got to limit the damn turnovers because if he's going to keep throwing it short, you know it's going to get deflected by guys like DeForest Buckner and Justin Houston. And he could very well throw a couple pick sixes against a very young, fast, and talented front seven and middle linebacker group.
Or even altogether secondary.
Yeah.
So
Ben's got to play better, and receivers got to they got to be focused.
They do.
They got to catch passes. They got to be focused. They got to show up.
They have to be serious. They have got to be serious in this game. We have lost 3 straight. We went from number 1 to number 3 in terms of seeding.
Wake the fuck up. No dancing, no TikToks, nothing.
No.
You want
I
to do
swear
that?
to God.
No. You want to do that? You can do that after practice or in the offseason. I don't care.
No.
But when it matters the most, you need to get your head into the game.
I swear to God, if I see Juju dancing on the fucking Steelers logo, I swear to God, I'm going to throw a fucking fit.
And it's not the reason why we're losing.
No.
It's not the reason why he's not, performing because he's incredibly underutilized. We love Juju. We think he deserves much more opportunities when it comes to being on the field because he's not getting a lot of opportunities. He's limited.
He needs more freedom.
But, dude, knock it off. Stop, please.
Just be more focused.
At first, I didn't mind it. But now it's starting to get annoying.
No, it's distracting. He had it coming last week when Von Bell knocked him out.
Quite frankly, he deserved it.
He had it coming. He said, I'm going to keep being myself. I'm going to keep being Juju. I'm going to keep dancing on logos.
You're just asking to get your ass
Von Bell
kicked.
didn't take to it, and goddamn it, he lived up to his fucking word. You had it coming.
You're asking for it, pretty much.
And I hope Bell I don't say this about my players ever, but I hope Bell, set Juju straight.
Knock some sense into him. I get he's young. He's a social media sensation. I get that. But when it comes to football, you need to put football first.
Of course.
You need to put your team first.
He's all worried about building his fucking brand. Worry about winning a fucking football game. We've lost 3 straight now.
You got to remain focused. We can sit here.
That goes for this entire offense, not just the receiving core.
We can sit
Ben's
here.
got to have better decision making. Fichtner has to open the playbook finally. He actually had I will say this. Last week he called a pretty solid, game. A few questionable calls here and there on 3rd and shorts, as always. But he called a pretty solid game. That game last week was more solely on Ben.
Yeah.
That's where Ben has to come up and do better. Just do better than last week. Do better than the past 2 weeks.
Yeah,
that's all I ask from this offense.
Yeah. His accuracy needs to do better. His decision-making needs to be much more, key. Because it's hurting us.
This offensive line's got to protect. They got to create gaps and holes for the running game.
But saying all this is so repetitive. We say it every week. It's like speaking to a brick wall.
It is.
And I don't expect it to happen against this great Colts defense. I'm being honest. This ain't me being negative. This is me being straight up honest. Because I know it's going to happen. We all know it's going to happen. There's no progression. We could not do it against a Bengals defense that is terrible.
I hate to say it, but you're right.
So we're going to go back home and try to do something against a Colts defense?
Like, we keep going in with positive mindsets. Maybe this is the week that they finally do better. Maybe this is the week they finally start showing the true Steelers offense. Maybe this is the week they actually expand the playbook. Maybe this is the week they score 20 points. It's the same result.
Yeah. And Steelers have a tendency of losing to terrible teams and then coming back the next week and being a team like the Colts. But this season is just different.
It is.
It's different. I don't know what is up with this offense, but they need to play better. But yet again, I'm speaking to a brick wall.
You are. You can't go into any expectations anymore with this offense.
No. You can with the defense because the defense is the gold mine.
Right.
The defense is doing exactly what they can.
And speaking of our defense, we could be getting Vince Williams back. Maybe Robert Spillane as well, although I think he's still on IR.
He might be, yeah.
So we could be getting Vince Williams back. He might be cleared of COVID. Thankfully, we'll get him back and all that. Secondary is obviously at full strength against a pretty solid receiving core of the Indianapolis Colts. T.Y. Hilton's starting to finally wake up this year. Michael Pittman, we really loved him coming out of USC. I think he's going to be real
solid, real good.
in Indy. You got Jack Doyle at tight end. You have Nyheim Hines, who's a versatile, great running back. You have Jonathan Taylor, who's going to be a stud on that team. He's going to be the bell cow for them for the future. Loved him coming out of college.
And you got Phillip Rivers, who's actually having one of his best seasons in a very long time.
Yeah. And this very well could be the final Rivers-Ben matchup.
Which I think more than likely it is.
It is. This very well could be the last Phillip Rivers versus Ben Roethlisberger matchup. So, if there's one thing you want to look forward to in this game, it's that. I guess. Defense, you gotta try to keep us in this game, but
I know so much you can do.
Exactly. You're going to be gassed. You've been gassed the last 4 freaking weeks. I'm not trying to be incredibly negative because maybe this team can turn around. Maybe Tomlin cannot collapse in the second half of the season like he has the last 2-3 years. Maybe he can finally light a fire under this team. Maybe he can finally start putting action into his words instead of words, just words. Let's see some fucking action. A little less talk, a lot more action, please.
Because I'm tired of hearing all this, talk. Oh, we're not doing good. We got to play better.
Then do it. Just like this offense, it's the same shit every week.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't make enough plays. Oh, we got to evaluate this and that. We'll evaluate the competition. Same shit.
Yep.
So, we got the Colts this Sunday. I'm not going in with any great expectations. Now, the Steelers Colts have great history. In fact, more so on the Steelers side. The Steelers have beaten the Colts the past decade. The Colts have not beaten the Steelers since 2008. We have that on our side. But just like the last 3 opponents we've had some momentum on our side when it comes to those winning streaks. Washington didn't beat us since 1993. They gave us our first loss. Buffalo didn't beat us in Buffalo since the 90s. They beat us. The Bengals didn't beat us in 11 straight games. They beat us. So, although we have momentum heading into the Colts with our winning streak against the Colts, they haven't beat us since 2008. That don't matter at this point.
No, it doesn't seem to benefit us at this point.
We may have their number. That don't matter.
Probably not Sunday.
We always have the Bengals number.
I'm hopeful deep down. I am hopeful. But at the same time, I'm not getting my hopes up.
You can't. Otherwise, you'll be a lot more disappointed than you already are.
Yeah. I'm very disappointed.
Well, in fact, you'll just be mad. You can't even be mad at this point. That's why you don't go into any expectations.
If we lose, I won't be surprised. As a matter of fact, if we do lose in the preview, I will try my best not to rant because this is probably going to be inevitable.
You can't even be mad no more. It's more just disappointment.
It's like, yeah, I'm used to it. We might as well get used to it. Because right now, although it ain't over, the season's over. I'm sorry. That's me being real.
Unless this team can turn it around. We have 2 weeks to turn this shit around. 2 weeks to turn all this around before heading to the playoffs. We're not getting a first round bye. We're not getting the number 1 seed. We have 2 weeks to finally turn this shit around before we head into the postseason. There's no way. We've lost 3 straight.
It's kind of hard to see it.
If there was a fucking time for them to turn around, it would have been done by now.
Way before this game.
Now you got the Colts. Now you got the Browns coming up. You have 2 weeks to turn it around. Either you turn around or this season is just one massive disappointment, one massive failure. And that's pathetic.
So get your shit together. Play some goddamn Pittsburgh Steelers December football.
This is our last home game of the season against the Indianapolis Colts. I'm hoping they come out with a bang, coming out with a victory against the Indianapolis Colts, a team that they've had their number for over a decade. But I don't think that really matters anymore because we're not looking great right now. The Colts are fighting for a playoff spot, possibly even the AFC South.
Yeah,
with the
Titans.
Titans, yeah. So
we'll see what happens Sunday. But we got the Indianapolis Colts at Heinz Field.
All we ask, and we say this every week, and we never get any answer. Just do better than last week. Offense, just do better than last week. That's all I ask.
That's all we ask.
It seems like every week you're getting worse.
Just do better. Please. That's the vid. Hope you guys enjoy.
We have the Colts. We have a great defense coming up. A great team coming up.
Yes, we do.
The final Ben Breeze. God, I wish. We had the final Ben and Rivers matchup. We'll see what happens. Let us know your thoughts down below, man. Hopefully we can come out with a victory. A tiny bit of me is hopeful, but I'm not going with any expectations. And nor should you. We'll see what happens. Here we go, Steelers. Let's get this victory. If we do win, we do clinch the AFC North. We could have done it last week. We can do it this week. Maybe it happens. If we do, we clinch the AFC North. Otherwise, I can see the Browns beating the Jets. I can see us losing to Indianapolis. And then next week, the AFC North is on the line. After we start 11-0.
Imagine that.
So let's get this victory. Let's clinch this fucking division. Knock it off with the bullshit. This is pathetic. How do you start 11-0 and you look like the fucking Jets right now? This is just a disgrace to the black and gold, to the history.
It is.
Let's get this win. Here we go, Steelers. Let us know what you guys' thoughts down below.
Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later.
Peace.